with a life. And now we begin in full. Education has been described as the bedrock of any nation's development. Therefore, an investment on the sector worth the salt. To this end, Ogun State Governor Prince Dr. Abeokuta has expressed satisfaction over the positive results government has received from the sector, while students of the state continue to win awards at both local and international competitions. Governor Abeokuta made this remark while presenting a key of a new jack bus to head teacher of St. Michael African Church Primary School, Ota, that emerged as the best public primary school in the country at the just concluded 2022 President's Teachers and School Excellence Award in Abuja at Okemoson, Abeokuta.
So this is not a case where a government just, conducts a process and picks someone without merit. This administration is an administration that is known for being deliberate and for being very methodical in everything we do. We're very thorough. As I say, they are slow. They're not racing with anyone. No. We're trying to correct things that should have happened several years ago.
Commending Mr. Adelano Owolabi of Ijebu Muslim College, who won the second runner-up, the best teacher position in the public school category, and Mr. Ayotola Tajuddin of City of Knowledge Academy, Odogbolu, for coming second in the private school category, assured government would continue to implement good programs that will make the state education sector stand out among the committee of states in the country.
We are supplying furniture to all our schools. We continue to get feedback on how we can do more. We are adopting schools, we are taking over schools, we are changing curricula. We introduced principal generals, headmaster generals, running course, the list goes on.
The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Bayo Babu, thanked Governor Abeokuta for supporting the sector, which he said has become a new pride in the country.
Confirmation, even both public and private, because even the private, we also oversee and make sure they do the right thing. So they go over there and get awards. It means what we are doing in education, we are doing it right. So if the emergency you declare in education is not only by what's out.
Highlight of the event was the presentation of certificates to Mr. Ayotola Owolabi and Mr. Delano Tajuddin for their exemplary performances in 2022 President's Teachers and School Awards. Ogun State Governor Prince Dr. Abeokuta said that the Nigerian Automobile Technicians Association is catalyst to the economic development of the nation and the state in particular. Governor Abeokuta stated this while playing oath to the association at the June 12 Cultural Center, Akoto, Abeokuta. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganiu has the report.
It has become very imperative for Ogun State Governor Prince Dr. Abeokuta to host the Nigerian Automobile Technicians Association as part of its usual style to support some critical stakeholders for the socio-economic development of the state. While commending the association for their support since the inception of the current administration, Governor Abeokuta assured them that a scheme will be set up to empower their business activities, which will in turn grow the economy.
These are technicians, engineers, mechanics who are responsible for looking after our vehicles. So it means that if they are removed from the value chain, the automobile or transportation value chain, we will be stuck. So they are an extremely important of that transportation value chain and by extension our economy. These people were very supportive of me on my way to Government House. I have now had the opportunity or privilege of holding a meeting like this with them across the length and breadth of the state. This is more or less an interactive session to afford me the opportunity to understand what their needs are and how I can be of support to them.
The governor said as a promise-keeping administration, all their requests to be critically looked into as they are partners in progress.
You know, we're a promise-keeping administration. I am deeply committed to supporting these people. Because as we bring investors here, as people come here to live, work, and play, their vehicles will have problems. Things are not the easiest in the country right now, and across the whole world. So we must support them to continue to provide those services that they render, the needed service that they render for all and sundry. So I am going to keep those promises.
The leadership and members of the association were excited, seeing the governor in their midst, and appreciate him for his developmental approach to governance, particularly in the area of road construction and rehabilitation, which cut across every local government areas of the state. The association also assured him that second-term bid and that of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a done deal, as well as for all APC candidates in the state. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
Away from that story, the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dr. Abeokuta, has advised Nigerian youths to be consistent with whatsoever career they choose so as to make a success of their lives. Governor Abeokuta gave the advice while receiving the Fuji Music Maestro General, Kollington Ayinla, who came to present him copies of recorded works for his second-term campaign in his office at Okemuson, Abeokuta. Again, Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganiyu has more.
The foremost musician and a promoter of the rich and diverse cultural heritage, General Kollington Ayinla, with over 50 years spanning in the music industry, present copies of record worked for Governor Dapo Abiodun's second-term campaign as a further demonstration and appreciation of his good work in the state. The governor lauded the renowned Fuji musician for affecting many lives positively through training of many musicians, adding that his journey of music has been at the forefront of promoting the rich culture of not only that of Yoruba, but Africans as a whole.
You know, I'm just so appreciative. On your own and by your own volition, you chose to record this very beautiful set of songs in appreciation and acknowledgement of what you have heard and you have seen that we've been able to achieve in the last 3 years and 4 months.
Governor Abiodun thereafter conferred on the General Ayinla, the music ambassador of Ogun State.
For all you've done for Nigeria, for all you've done for humanity, we are adopting you now today as a citizen of Ogun State. We are consequently also going to make you the music ambassador of this state.
Speaking earlier, General Ayinla appreciated the governor for his efforts at positively transforming the fortune of the state through even distribution of projects across the states.
I only have interest in what Governor Dapo Abiodun is doing. That is the reason why I decided to wax a campaign record for him.
He informed that the waxing of the record was part of his own way of appreciating the governor for a job well done and its support for second term. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
Still in Ogun State, the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dr. Abeokuta, has approved the official commencement of the annual town hall meetings in 3 senatorial districts in preparation for the year 2023-2025 medium-term expenditure framework and 2023 budget. In a statement signed by the Commissioner for Budget and Planning, Mr. Olaolu Olabinto, indicated that the Ogun East senatorial meeting is scheduled to hold on Monday, October 17, 2022 at BC Rodekwe Event Center, GRA Ijebu-Ode. The statement added that participants are expected to be seated at the venue by 10 in the morning, while officers on the post of assignment, directors and above in the state's public service and representatives of the interest group across the state, including traditional, religious and political leaders, trade and market associations, professionals, bodies, civil society groups, students' union, among others, are also invited to the meeting. The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Abeokuta, is a media outlet serving its purpose of expressly providing public service in the interest of Nigeria as impartial broadcasting station for general reception. The general manager, Mrs. Fumi Wakama, made this known during the 43rd celebration of the establishment of the broadcasting station in Abeokuta, organized by Pioneer Forum alumni of the media outlet. Margaret Okunlola reports that the president of the forum, Mr. Olalekun Ajia, called on current staff to imbibe the spirit of diligence and resilience. Our reports.
This is the 43rd anniversary of the Nigerian Television Authority, Abeokuta, a media outlet with mission to provide excellent television service worldwide and project the true African perspective. Pioneer Forum of the Broadcasting House rolled out drums in grand style to celebrate at the operational headquarters of the station in Ogbe, Abeokuta, with veteran broadcasters and seasoned journalists in attendance, also joined by others outside the country through Zoom. The present general manager of the station, Mrs. Fumi Wakama, thanked the forum for such an initiative, also promising all-round improvement in years to come.
While we are still at 8, we see how we can take the station to greater heights. We're doing well in that area as we've decided to take the station on the information superhighway. I make bold to say that we are the first NTA station to be on the Google Play Store.
The outgone president of the Pioneer Forum, Mr. Olalekun Ajia, challenged present staff to adopt creativity to their skills, stressing the need for diligence and resilience in discharging their duties.
We ask them to please not be discouraged by the challenges.
It was another opportunity for former staffers to meet again and recall the memorable good old days they worked together in unity to bring the station to limelight.
I started my own sojourn too as a broadcaster in Abeokuta when I came here to freelance. Abeokuta is one of the formidable stations among the NT stations in Nigeria.
When we started here, we were forced to be reckoned with nationwide.
Abeokuta is a peculiar place in the sense that it's a training ground for everybody. You see, because you couldn't have left Abeokuta and underperform anywhere you were.
And I thank them for doing so. And I think this will encourage other people, especially the young ones, to serve so that they too can be recognized in future.
Pioneer Adebayo Adeogun emerged the new president of the forum. There were presentations to honor the services of members. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
The quarterly meeting of the University of Ilorin Alumni Association, Ogun Chapter, held on Sunday, October 16, 2022. Venue is Wuraola Inn, Ibara Housing Estate, Abeokuta, starting at 3 in the afternoon. A statement by the acting chairman, Comrade Ayo Faloi, and acting secretary, Miriam Shomoye. Members are enjoined to be punctual as crucial issues will be discussed during the meeting. Gideon Orphanage Elderly and Widow, a non-profit home that decides to put smiles on the faces of so many who are depressed, lost, and needed a shoulder to lean on, has stretched its hand to take care of the physically challenged. The home, situated at OGD Estate, Asheru, Abeokuta, has as its founder Mrs. Oluwatoyin Banjo. Bumi Adigun covered the inauguration of the Gideon Physically Challenged Home. His reports.
Whoever you are capable of assisting remains your intimates. This Gideon Orphanage, Elderly and Widow Home, a non-profit home, use every opportunity it has to put smiles on the faces of those in need. The home takes care of the children who do not have parents or their parents abandon them. The home also serves as helpmeet to the widows. The elderly also are under this privilege as it inaugurated freshly support for the physically challenged with special interest in the visually impaired. Mrs. Oluwatoyin Banjo, a woman with a heart of gold, has brought these challenged persons in the society together to give them food, clothes, and cash that can sustain them for a while, as she plans to engage them further on what they can do for themselves.
The inspiration just came from the Lord. He just dropped upon my spirit that the next phase of people you need to help now are the less, disadvantaged people in the community. Those who are physically challenged and they think they are nobody again. I want to use you, to bring them back to life, to bring them back to reality that it is not over with them, that there is still something that the Lord can bring out of their lives. And that was just it.
She used the medium to reach out to the world, where those who are challenged and felt an end has come, to never be depressed, as there is hope in them being alive.
I believe there's nothing I can do on my own. Like I said, everything will be through the help of God. And the plan I have for them is just to lift up their hands, especially those who are in business already, to support them in my own little way. Those who want to do, maybe further businesses, to support them as well, to bring their vision to reality. What they think they can't do because they don't have anybody to support them. My own role is just to step in and help them with the little that I have, so that they will become somebody in the community and in the society.
The people were happy once again to have seen someone identifying with them, even when they felt they were neglected. Over 1,000 people are on the platform of Gideon Orphanage, elderly, widow, and now physically challenged, that the home takes care of. Bumi Adigun, OGTV News.
And moving on to national stories, the federal government on Saturday donated assorted food and non-food items to Taraba government for onward distribution to victims of flood disaster in the state. Alhaji Mustafa Habib, Director General, National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, while handing over the items in Jalingo, said the gesture was a demonstration of federal government's concern for the plight of victims of the flood. Habib, who was represented by Alhaji Muhammad Kanna, Deputy Director, Resource Management, said the 450 local government areas in the 36 states and the FCT were affected by the 2022 flood disaster. He advised citizens to adhere to early warning signs from NIMET and national hydrological agencies. He also expressed the determination of the federal government to strengthen states and local government disaster and risk management on the mitigation of risk and disaster management within their domain. He thanked the Taraba government for responding quick to the flood. In his remarks, Governor Ishaq said Taraba was one state worst hit by the flood. The reports indicated that some of the items donated by NEMA include rice, maize, beans, seasoning, vegetable oil, mats, mosquito nets, and clothes. The 2022 flood destroyed farms and households in 12 local government areas in the state. The flood also killed 14 people, rendering over 300,000 people homeless. Governor Okezie Ikpeazu of Abia has assured residents of Aba government's determination to embark on emergency remedial works at the gully erosion site when the rain recedes. Ikpeazu said the Abia government would not wait for the federal government's intervention through the Ecological Office to save the people from perishing in the erosion. The governor made the promise when he visited the site of the gully erosion in Ogbo Hill, Aba. Ikpeazu, while inspecting the erosion site, expressed deep concern at the extent of the destruction and thanked God that no life was lost in the landslide that developed into the gully erosion. The governor expressed regrets that natural water paths in the area had been converted and houses built on them, thereby subjecting the areas to additional pressure, and pledged to send a definite emergency request to the federal government through the Ecological Office in the presidency, which was established to deal with such issues. The governor advised the people living around the area to relocate to avoid aggravating the situation. The Zamfara state government has announced the total shutdown of Ankara, Bukayum, and Gumi local government areas of the state following the resurgence of kidnapping and other forms of criminality in the areas. The announcement was contained in a statement by the Commissioner for Information, Ibrahim Duzara. The state's government also said, following the loss of lives and some residents ordered the immediate suspension of all APC meetings and activities as part of its government's concern and sympathy in the direction. We now take a break, and when we return, it will be time for foreign news recap. Do join us.